The weekly review.
Brought to you by the Ringside Power Hour.
And the Reverend's new audio Bible on tape.
Buy it today.
He will preach you to bed.
So, Raw had the most shocking moment it's had in a long time, bringing back Shane McMahon.
The money came out, and I know you had a problem with his little shoes.
I hated his fucking shoes. The shoes were fucking pointless.
It was Shane O'Mac at his best.
He was wearing dress pants and a fucking dress shirt.
With Air Force Ones.
Fucking Air Force
Shane,
Ones.
yo.
Classic
It's
Air
Shane.
Force Ones at that.
All right, that's irrelevant.
Let's
Let's get into something real.
All right.
Mike hates the fact that he's wrestling The Undertaker.
I do hate the fact he's wrestling The Undertaker.
What's wrong with that?
I'm a Shane McMahon fan. I'm an Undertaker fan, but I just can't believe that Shane McMahon's going to beat The Undertaker unless there's some outside help.
So what's the theory?
What's wrong with that? They're giving us something unpredictable. We've been screaming for months about how predictable they have been.
And I know it's going to be unpredictable. If Shane wins, it's going to be a tarnish on The Undertaker's record.
You act like the streak is still intact.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't come with the streak.
The only person he ever lost to was Brock Lesnar.
It's the fact
you mean the second one's going to be Shane McMahon?
It's the fact that he's The Undertaker. He's a legend. He's the longest active wrestler on the roster today. And to lose to Shane McMahon isn't like a blemish on his record.
So how do you think it's going to happen?
Let's say
Shane wins, it's going to be somebody who's going to interfere who we don't know it's going to be.
Let's say
Cena, Goldberg, I don't know. Goldberg's one of the names they're throwing around now.
Let's say
the
it
Cena
gets...
thing would be a great opportunity to turn him heel.
I agree. Turn him heel. Now.
Speaking of Shane, how did you feel about the opening segment with the McMahons and Shane?
Thought it was shocking.
Can we talk about the pop?
The pop was huge. It went on
was
for,
amazing.
What, 5 minutes? Something like that? The pop went on.
That crowd, I haven't seen that crowd that electric since The Rock's return.
I mean, he basically said he has something over his father. It's in a lockbox. Vince made the match. If Shane McMahon wins, he takes control of Raw. I mean, I think it would be great for TV, but how can you work something like that?
Keep in mind that Vince was so in the moment, he dropped the F-bomb on live TV.
He did.
That was staged. He knew what he was doing.
Yeah.
But one of my problems with that segment is it followed up with a 6-man tag match.
Well, that's what Raw's famous for.
Predictable Raw booking.
Yep.
Although it was a good match, in my opinion. We had the New Day defeat Neville and the Lucha Dragons. But, I mean, I'm not upset with it. I thought it was a decent match. And, you know, I mean, that's not more we can say about that.
Every week we get Neville and the Lucha Dragons losing to somebody.
That is pretty sad.
And you had the U.S. title on Kalisto, who loses every week. Mm-hmm. Can we do something with the belt?
And then we had Brock Lesnar put Dean Ambrose back in his place.
Oh, actually, you know, we did skip something. There actually was a video that opened up Raw with Dean Ambrose Brock Lesnar attacking Dean Ambrose in a parking lot. I thought it was something new. I liked it.
That was
that was
Attitude Era-esque.
Yep.
Yes, it was.
Brock Lesnar beat that boy like he stole something.
Yep. And then it was a kind of a weak move. He put him through the wind, whatever.
You think it'd been better if he went through the windshield?
Well, you know how strong Brock is.
It's a good step.
You know how strong Brock is? If he really did something to Dean Ambrose, he'd been broke for months.
Yeah, so basically Dean Ambrose steals a fucking ambulance, comes in, and Brock pretty much just walks over him, and then that was the end of that.
How about the step on his face?
Yeah, that was pretty amazing.
Good storytelling.
That's what he deserves.
That's about what I think Dean Ambrose is, too. He's the scum on Brock Lesnar's shoe.
Then on a couple of notes, we had the Usos defeat the Ascension.
The Ascension's still relevant?
They still wrestle?
No. Next. And then we had Jericho and AJ Styles defeat Heath Slater and Mr.
Honestly, I hope they're not
Axel.
staying a tag team. I don't give a fuck what people want. It's trash.
Why would you want that?
Singles competitors, man.
The way it's going, it looks like, with
Wasted.
the whole name and the team and everything, that's how Mania's going to go.
But I'm saying, why waste?
I don't know.
Why waste? Jericho finally got relevant again.
I'd like to see Styles in like an Intercontinental title match or a U.S. title match at Mania.
Maybe you could like U.S. champion. I mean, nothing more than that.
And then what should have happened at Fastlane happened on television. We had the Wyatt family defeating Big Show, Kane, and Ryback.
Yeah, that was
the
about
Wyatts, they
time.
won
But they had Bray Wyatt with them, which actually makes sense.
because Bray Wyatt should get the win.
Yeah, and Eric Rowan is trash. Anyway.
Yeah.
Moving on.
Sasha Banks defeated Naomi.
Thank God.
Thank
Well,
goodness.
I mean,
But Naomi does have a nice fat ass, so I
oh
can't,
my God,
I can't hate on that.
I love
boy.
watching her.
Hey.
I love watching her every week.
Regarding Sasha Banks, I found out, about the hair that you guys told me about the hair.
Oh, that's right. We taught Mike a new thing about hair.
Extensions,
weaves, tracks.
And I dated a mixed girl and did not know what they were.
Don't get us.
Yeah, she was pretty fat too. Maybe that's why you
don't bring back bad memories.
Go.
I met her once. I was like, I hope he cut her off.
She was that bad?
She was that bad.
Well,
Are we talking 250?
No.
350?
650.
Jesus. Moving on.
How did you guys feel about Roman Reigns beating Sheamus via disqualification?
Sheamus is wasted anyway, but whatever. People boo him, so I guess that's what he gets.
I don't understand why the people hate Sheamus. He's a great heel. He makes you hate him. He's talented.
I think the people liked Sheamus till he came back and they started chanting, "You look stupid."
With the mohawk and the...
I mean, my thing is he has a legit story behind him. He's Irish. You can do a lot with that. Like,
you can do a lot with that.
It's the fact it's PG that he's not getting over.
They were building him great when
I'm
he
sorry.
debuted.
Look, when he first came in WWE, he was built great.
And I'm sick of Roman Reigns winning against my guys, so it's whatever.
Roman always wins. That's
comes
the rule
out, whips his ass,
fucks him
and
up.
then apparently somebody hands him blood capsules.
Byron Saxton.
Oh, right, that black guy.
Who should have already been fired, by the way.
Yeah, anyway. So we actually got a little taste of blood, even if it was capsules. So I'm good with that. I thought it was a great way to end Raw. And
here's the problem, though. You have Roman Reigns, who's getting beat down supposedly as the babyface, but he's getting cheered. But Triple H is getting cheered for beating down Roman Reigns, and he's the heel.
They're trying to put it in an angle where you feel sorry for Reigns, and maybe it turns the crowd. But if you heard the crowd, they're chanting one more time for him to put him a pedigree through the freaking steel steps.
Hey,
WWE,
turn that motherfucker heel.
Just turn him heel.
Out. The fans don't like him.
Turn him heel.
Sucks.
Meanwhile,
yes, it does.
But
SmackDown was better than Raw.
Opened up with a Triple H promo, which I actually thought was great.
It was great.
I've missed Triple H. I forgot how great Triple H could be at times.
Triple H is a great talker.
And I don't think these young kids understand how good he is either. For when them they boo him and tell him to get off TV.
Yeah, do they understand? This guy is a phenomenal in-the-ring wrestler.
Has been in some of the biggest moments in WWE history.
You know, I liked how in the promo he brought back like a lot of his old catchphrases, like "I'm the King of Kings, I'm that damn good."
He is that damn good.
And the promo proved it.
The promo was great, but this is something that I've been waiting to talk about. The League of Nations, Wade Barrett wrestled, goddammit.
He did?
Yes, he did.
God, when the fuck did they finally decide to put him in the match?
It will probably be the last time he wrestles before
probably
he
the last time.
Probably, and I'm glad that they defeated Dolph Ziggler in particular, not the other guys.
How do you feel about
that
the
was
fact
Neville with Lucha Dragons again, right?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. How do you feel?
Again? Okay.
How do you feel that was Neville in another 6-man tag?
I feel like he's being wasted. I mean, I get that his mic skills aren't that great, but
it was an 8-man tag.
It was 8-man tag.
Was it 8-man?
Yeah.
Oh, the Lucha Dragons.
I understand, you can't count in English and all that.
Damn. Yeah. Anyway, we had Devon Dudley defeat Jimmy Uso.
Well, of course. If anybody saw Devon in freaking TNA, Devon is an awesome wrestler.
Yep,
Testify.
Sure
Even though it was only like 3 minutes, if that?
Well, I know. I don't get it neither.
Now, then we had Kevin Owens defeat Big Show by countout.
I'm a Kevin Owens fan. I didn't like the fact that he was running from the Big Show like a bitch.
I do. He was fucking up to his nipple.
I get that.
He's facing a Big Show. You got to sell that giant.
Now, look, I know you two think that the Big Show should retire, but honestly,
at some point,
he's a giant.
And I also think you guys should get pussy, but that's just an opinion, right? So let's.
And they're
just
like
move past
assholes. We all got one.
You know what?
He made her orgasm.
That's right.
Mike, if you don't shut your dumb ass up.
Shut your dumb ass
That's two people that told you that on this podcast.
That's not really holy.
Now, how about my girl? My girl got a win on SmackDown. It had to be against my future baby's mama, Becky Lynch. But Natalya got a win.
I'm happy for Natalya.
She deserved it.
She got a win.
It's well deserved.
Was it really a win, though?
No, but you know what? I'll take it.
I didn't like the way that Team Bad interfered.
Look, Natalya don't get no love. I'll take any win she can get.
I don't like the fact that Naomi and Tamina are feuding with everybody when Paige is sitting on fucking superstars.
Why is Paige sitting on
ice?
Well, she just came back from a concussion. I understand that, but
so what are they?
Superstars.
So they just
I guess they're testing the waters.
So wait a minute. You have a concussion. You're good enough to wrestle on Superstars, but you ain't touching anything on live TV.
Well, she was out for a couple months, like 2 months, I think, for the concussion, and then she got a tattoo when she was out.
She teamed with Natalya for a couple matches, which they were a great tag team.
Natalya is underutilized, and I've done said it.
There was a great article on the disintegration of Natalya on Bleacher Report that I read this week. Mm-hmm. The guy pretty much outlined the whole history of Natalya and how she's been underutilized. She wins the Diva Championship, is one of the top stars. She's one of the only crossovers from before it was a Diva Championship to now. And it's like she gets buried for no reason. I mean, I would have to think it has to be the heart thing.
So we got one more another match on the card here. It's R-Truth takes on
Skip
okay,
that.
never mind that.
Whatever.
Match.
R-Truth defeated Heath Slater. That's not a skip moment. The Social Outcasts suck. I'm not going to keep saying it. They're on every damn brand of fucking television that they had. They were on Superstars.
Look, I'm getting the impression
They're
you don't
on
like
more
the social
shows than
outcast.
New Day.
R-Truth won, so
Let's
it's
move
fucking
on.
right.
They're on more shows than New Day. That's
What do you think about
Let's move
Team
on.
Y2AJ taking on Y2AJ and Mark Henry taking on the New Day?
Wasted more Chris Jericho, wasted AJ Styles.
It's a waste, but it was a fucking amazing match. I'm not upset about the match.
Think of all the participants involved, except for AJ Styles. I mean, every guy in there except for AJ Styles is a good wrestler.
We actually got
Even
to
if they
see.
Because
Woods.
AJ's phenomenal. He's not just good.
Yeah, he's awful.
Listen,
know.
we actually got to see a tri-team effort from fucking New Day. Like, they had moves that all three of them were doing together.
I know.
Yeah, and that's
it
good.
was a great compilation of putting it together. Now, put the Young Bucks against the New Day.
Young Bucks.
Right fucking now.
And Kenny Omega.
Yep.
How did you feel about AJ's dancing at the end?
Oh God!
I thought it was a little interesting, but
I mean, I thought he was trying to go for like an 80s B-boy type of feel. I don't
he
know.
still looked better than Mark Henry and Jericho. I don't know what the fuck they were doing.
I don't know what they were doing either.
So
Looked
how
like
would-
they was rubbing their bellies or something, boy.
I mean, looks like Jericho's trying to audition for Magic Mike 3. That's what it looked like.
How would you all rate SmackDown?
Better than Raw.
I give it maybe a 3.5 just because, I don't know, they did a few different things. It had a great opener, a good closing match.
I agree with you. 3.5 seems about right.
I give Raw a 3 for the fact that it had a good closer and a shocking intro.
Yep. Let's move on to NXT, people.
NXT opened up with, was it Team
American
Alpha?
Alpha
I got it wrong last
defeating
week.
Blake and Murphy with that sexy ass Alexa Bliss. Boy, I
The
don't
world's greatest tag team version 2.0.
It was a good, decent match. What can I say? I mean, the
good tag
American
team.
Alpha.
Really
I will
good.
say this from a strictly from wrestling standpoint, the American Alpha is probably the best tag team in NXT right now. Strictly from a wrestling
they're do
standpoint.
good on the main roster once they make that jump?
I
do.
I think they'll do good.
Yeah, I do too.
I think they're just that talented in the ring, and they have a likability about them. So
And there's
people will catch
chemistry
on to
between
it.
promos, and people love that.
You know, you took
Pretty good chemistry.
an already good wrestler in Chad Gable, put him with a decent wrestler in Jason Jordan, who didn't have any promo skills, and the chemistry just.
Honestly, they're calling themselves American Alpha. I would like to see Zeb Coulter manage them. Honestly,
That'd be a great.
I think it's great. Like, seriously, put them together. Zeb Coulter can talk, dude. Zeb Coulter can talk.
All right. Next, we had Eva Marie and Nia Jax steal one from Bayley and Carmella. What'd you think about this match?
We basically before that, I think that actually closed the show. It was Tommaso Ciampa defeated Bull Dempsey, who was no longer with the company.
And that was a good match.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
That was a good match.
I don't think it was a great match, but I'm a big fan of Tommaso Ciampa. Like, I think he's really good, and his ROH and TNA shit was really good. I mean, we seen against Samoa Joe that he can work. I just feel like he doesn't really have a gimmick, and I don't know how good he is on the mic. So
When do you
We'll
guys
see
think
in
Samoa
time.
Joe's going to get called up?
I think
probably after Mania.
Probably.
We had Apollo Crews defeating the first look of Christopher Gerard.
I wasn't impressed with that match.
Well, I'm not impressed with Apollo Crews at all. So
I think
I
Apollo
think you need to
Crews
give him
is
more time.
too baby face, honestly.
He reminds
and
me of
he needs an edge.
a very terrible version of Bobby Lashley.
except Bobby
that
Lashley
far.
was really talented.
That's what I'm
and-
saying.
Christopher Gerard, though, my first look at him, he had a little bit of intensity.
Yeah, he was pretty decent.
I feel as though they wasted a lot of time in the match on a headlock.
Yeah.
But
That's old school.
you know what I mean? I'm not going to hate on it. You know what I mean? It's first look. What can we do?
So I think it's at this point now we get into the Eva Marie
Now it's this point.
and
That's my baby
team.
girl
Nia
right
Jax
there.
taking on Bayley and Carmella. Now, I personally like the fact that Eva Marie's ring time was limited.
Well, she is very limited in her skill set, so she's only out there because she is super freaking hot.
Yeah, I agree. She's pretty hot.
And Carmella is improving a lot.
She still sucks too.
She
but
sucks,
She's
dude.
improving a lot. I mean, Bayley played her part great. You know, the fact that Nia Jax did most of the work, it
That's what I
worked.
like.
It worked perfectly for me, and
And
they actually got the win. Actually, was shocking. I wasn't expecting them to win at all.
Yeah, and the good thing about it was you let Eva Marie, the one who can't wrestle and who's supposed to be the bitch getting over, get the victory.
And let her take
heel.
all the heat.
She plays the heel perfectly. No matter how people feel about her,
She can't wrestle, but all she's got to do is play that role.
You're getting reactions, so stop giving a reaction unless you want her on TV.
Speaking of Bayley, now there's been a very interesting thing going on social media a lot, and that's the weird chemistry between Finn Balor and Bayley. Now I'm asking you straight up.
You mean a Dirty Dancing move they pulled?
No, it's more than that. We talking about
wearing each other's
Instagram
merchandise?
posts.
Finn
them
Balor
wearing
had it on
each other's-
Valentine's
yes.
Day. He had their action figures hugging each other.
It looked like a marriage
That's
ceremony.
her gimmick, though. She hugs people.
Yeah, I mean, isn't
It
that her
looked
thing?
more. Look, let me tell you something. They sitting over there giving each other a hug, and her legs are wrapped around Finn like that. I think it's a little bit more than just hugs.
she did the
It's
same thing to
publicity.
Emma.
I think it's setting up
That's
for a
Emma.
storyline.
Oh no! I think Finn Balor got a thing for Bayley. Even he must love ugly
She's
chicks.
buzz as ugly, man.
That
She got
girl,
a
is
nice
Damn, y'all
butt.
going
dude,
in.
she
She
is
can
a,
wrestle, too.
she is the
Grief.
pure
She
definition of
ain't horrible.
butterface.
She ain't that horrible looking.
Oh my God, she's a straight butterface.
You like her face?
She's not as ugly as Luna.
We've seen uglier
Get me started with
divas.
that ugly
Luna's
bitch.
not a butterface. She's just straight
Look.
up ugly.
I had somebody tell me Mickey James looked like a horse.
She does look like a
She
fucking
does look
horse.
like a horse.
She still was fucking
She
hot.
had
sexy
a
as
nice
hell.
ass, but she's got a fucking overbite.
Okay, and she was still fucking hot, and she could wrestle. She's the only woman to ever hold.
Botchamania.
She's
Botchamania.
the only woman to hold the women's title,
Look.
the Diva title, the TNA title.
I will
Yeah.
give you that. Her
Oh,
match
and
with,
she's the Ric Flair of women's wrestling, by the way.
Overrated.
9 time.
she is. I will give you that. Her match with
Overrated.
Trish was pretty
9
botched
time.
at New Year's Revolution.
Back to NXT. We're gonna. Speaking of Finn Balor and Bayley, there's another huge star that's gonna be coming to NXT, and that's Nakamura.
Can't
Oh,
wait.
God, I can't wait. He should be freaking moving. He should go to the main roster almost immediately.
Nakamura is amazing, dude. There's
Watching
nothing more
him
to say
wrestle,
about it.
watching him wrestle in New Japan. Oh my God.
I'm stoked. I'm happy. I think fucking they're gonna do wonders with him. If they fuck him up, it's
gonna be bad.
The only thing-
I watched the match today with him and AJ Styles, and it was just great. I mean, it was great.
The only thing that scares me about Nakamura is he doesn't have the time. He's 35 years old, so he needs the immediate push.
Let me ask you this.
He's quite old. I mean, there really ain't nothing else we can say about it, but do something with him now. Same with Hideo Itami, a.k.a. Kenta. Same with AJ Styles. Don't waste your fucking time. These dudes are pushing 40.
Let me ask you this. I
Finn
heard
Balor's
that.
getting up in age too. He's like in his 30s.
Yeah, Finn Balor. I think Finn Balor is still kind of young. I think he's like 31, 32.
He's got time.
I came across the fact that Nakamura is supposedly getting paid main event money to compete at NXT.
What's wrong with that?
he's
What's wrong with
Nakamura.
that?
No, I'm just asking. Do you guys think that's legit?
That's
that's-
probably legit. I mean, to get him to come over.
This
I'm
guy's
not
a
WWE's
world class
accounting, so I
international
don't
wrestler.
know.
Let me get on that.
I don't know. Mike knows everything about what these wrestlers make and what they don't make.
I
They
have a
tell
lot
him.
of free time.
So what I want you guys to introduce our new segment.
Well, this next segment we got going on here is called Off the Ropes. It's where we're going to let,
It's
off the ropes.
Ringside Power Hour presents.
Off the ropes.
Well, anyway, yeah, so we got some news this week.
Peyton Manning retired.
Good old Peyton Manning.
The most overrated quarterback in the history of the NFL.
I wouldn't go that far.
Why do you feel he's overrated?
Well, gee, he has more losses in the playoffs than wins. He could thank his second Super Bowl because of that defense. Because, by the way, he had the historic worst offensive Super Bowl in the history.
But he does have 2 Super
He
Bowl
does have
rings.
2 Super
And he's a
Bowl
choker.
rings.
But
Don't
this is-
forget how about the choking part.
Oh, hey, don't get me wrong. He's a choker. Joe Flacco has a better record than Peyton Manning in the playoffs. But guess what Peyton Manning has now?
2 rings.
2
2
rings.
Super Bowl rings. So guess where that Eli Manning talk comes from? Not a damn place.
Yep.
Now
Eli
you're
still
no
got a
longer
shot,
better
though.
than your brother
Wait a
there,
minute.
buddy.
Eli still got a shot to get a
Eli's
third.
still active.
Flacco can still
Oh,
get a
God.
second.
Eli sucks.
Eli
Actually,
is wishy-washy.
Talk
at
about
times.
overrated. Eli is fucking overrated.
Are you kidding me? 2 Super Bowl wins, beat the undefeated Patriots. They were 19
Thanks
and
to
0.
that defense, like you just said about Peyton. He didn't do nothing. What did he do? Not a damn thing in the fourth
He
quarter.
was
Had a few
clutch.
comebacks.
Look, when Eli makes the playoffs,
He Trent
he's
Dilfer
winning.
up. He didn't throw.
That's-
He didn't throw interceptions.
But
And what did
Eli,
Peyton
I hate
do?
to say it, but Eli be having games. He'd be like, "Bruh, these are easy games for you to win," and he just chokes at those
Man,
games. That's the truth.
He lost to the New Orleans Saints with that defense, boy.
I'm just saying.
Look,
Drew
Peyton-
Brees is better, but whatever.
Peyton Manning is the second most overrated quarterback in the history of the NFL, behind the worst one of them all, Dan
don't you
Marino.
say.
Mark Sanchez?
What's your
Dan
favorite?
Marino.
Let me ask you this.
Sanchez, man, shut the fuck up.
This guy don't know
isn't
nothing
even in
about
the
football.
conversation of great quarterbacks.
Let me
fumble
ask you
Mark
this.
Sanchez.
Let me ask you this question. What's your favorite Peyton Manning moment?
Oh, the one when we beat him in the Mile Miracle, hands down, buddy.
I was about to say, and you know what? I was going to say the same one, but you know what the other one was? When the Seahawks straight demolished them in the Super Bowl.
Y'all a bunch of Peyton Manning haters, it sounds like.
Oh, yeah.
I don't hate Peyton Manning as much as I hate Tom Brady.
I'm
I'm a Tom Brady hater. I will
Speaking
admit
of
that.
hate, you know another guy I hate? Anderson Silva. You know what he just happened to him?
He
Got
lost
that
again.
ass whoop, boy.
And guess what? He hasn't won a match in 4 freaking years.
Do you think it was that leg injury that just...
No, it's called steroids.
Wait, didn't he beat Nate?
No.
He lost to Nate?
No,
Nick?
that got taken away because of the steroid shit.
Oh, they count that now?
Oh, yeah.
That's fucked up.
Yeah, he hasn't won a match since 2012.
Good.
Anderson Silva is the most overhyped fighter ever. He came in at the right time. It was right before the transformation of when the wrestlers start learning how to strike.
Ugh. Worst fucking time ever. That's how Brock Lesnar got a fucking championship.
Damn right.
Ugh.
You just going to throw shade at Brock
He beat a
Lesnar?
Fucking right.
45-year-old.
He defeat man. That dude's like 80. He defeat that old dude, and then he beat the guy who came back from a freaking bike accident.
One time I ran into Randy Couture. I asked him, how old are you, Randy Couture? He's about 147 years old.
Yeah.
147 years old. He beat a 147-year-old man for the belt.
Yeah, he beat up on that old dude, man. Get the fuck out of here. Talking about he's a champion and then lost to every great guy that we had. Look, I challenged him to come back and fight fucking Big Country Roy Nelson, and I bet you Big Country puts him on his ass.
Big Country got that big old punch. Brock can't handle that shit.
No, he can't.
Ladies and gentlemen, we would like to thank you for once again listening to us right here on the Ringside Power Hour podcast.
And if you would be so courteous, head on over to Facebook and give us a like of the Ringside Power Hour podcast. And head on over to our YouTube page, also at the Ringside Power Hour. Like, comment, subscribe. We really appreciate it, and we can really use it.
And we have the website up, ladies and gentlemen, ringsidepowerhour.com. You can check out all of our information, all of our social media. Keep us informed, you know what I'm saying?
And if you'd like to guest star on the show, we have a contact us little box there. Give us an email. Let us know you want to come on and talk about some segments.
All of this is at your fingertips and more. Until next time, everybody, this is the Ringside Power Hour podcast. We'll see you.
See ya.